we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it.
Every time! One day, I'll start a video and it won't sound like that. Can I start talking about my gigantic pile of paperwork yet? Well, this is my pile of paperwork, and I guess all there's left to do now is start writing. I spent the whole of last week reading a few extra books and then organizing my gigantic pile of notes. I think there's like 125 pages. This is ridiculous. Like, how much have I read in the last year? So basically, I am a PhD student. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, I'm a PhD student, and I haven't written anything yet for my PhD. I am like 13 months into my PhD, and I spent the whole of last year very sick and reading a whole bunch of stuff, but not actually writing anything. And so it's finally time. I've set myself a deadline of last Friday, which I failed, but it's fine. We went through that emotional roller coaster of recognizing that I had way too many notes that were taking too long to organize, that I wasn't going to have time for writing. So I finished organizing my notes on Friday, and I think that was the last thing that I filmed for that segment. That video will actually already be up, so you can go see it. I never remember what site it's on, but you can go see that because I'll link it above, and you can go see my my manic pulling together of lots and lots of notes, and me using my standing desk, because I now have a standing desk at the office and it's great. But it's finally time. I need to start writing. I need to not procrastinate. I need to not worry that it's going to be bad, because it's going to be bad. It's my first piece of writing in a very long time, and I just need to do it. Put pen to paper. My problem is I normally am very good at writing, and like, I'm someone who doesn't normally get writer's block. I'm just worried. I'm just worried it's gonna be really bad. And so I'm hoping that I can just like put something down and deal with the editing of it later, but for now I just need to like get it down. So we're dressed nicely because I decided I'm not going to be a slob. I'm going to treat this like a normal work day. It's 9 o'clock. My phone has gone onto focus mode, so I don't even have any apps or anything that can fully distract me. I've just got the basic thing. I set this up yesterday to promote good work ethic today, and I'm predicting it will take 2 days to write. Might take 3, but I'm assuming if I can write like I normally write, 2 days. I think I can do this in 2 days. It should only be a few thousand words. It shouldn't be like, I shouldn't be writing something that's 10,000 words. I'm so naive. Because a methodology should not be 10,000 words. It doesn't need to be 10,000 words. So basically, just to, I don't know, talk through what I'm doing. I actually wrote a, there we go. Part of my procrastination on Friday was writing up a plan on the order that I'm going to be writing in and decorating it in color, because apparently I needed to do that. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to write it based on what other people in the literature have been talking about. Not so much in history, because not many people have actually done this in history, which is why I'm doing it. But talking what other people have done in like literary studies and biblical studies, and what my definition is of my topic and how I'm going to be going about it. So realistically, it shouldn't be awfully long. I've just got a lot of material, 125 pages in fact. So I've got my coffee, I've got my Brita full of water, and I'm gonna put on a study with me with some lo-fi or jazz or whatever, and we're just gonna get it done. We can do it.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running. So I've just finished my first section of the study with me video, the first, what is it, Pomodoro, which was 30 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that. And I wrote 2 sentences and then spent the rest of the time trying to choose my citation format, because I forgot at the University of Tübingen I get to choose, which is both brilliant and incredibly frustrating, because it meant that I then had to choose something. And like, I know I can change it later because I'm actually using citation software this time, which I didn't for my master's, I just did it by hand. And so it does mean that I can just like fully update the document should I decide to change, which I'm probably going to do realistically, because I don't like this right now, but it's fine, it'll do for now. I basically needed to make a decision so that I could keep going, and this is what we're sticking with for now. So I'm currently going for Chicago, I think 17th edition, with a full citation first and then partial citation, or like short citation going forward after the first mention. Hopefully it works. This is why I hate citation software, basically. Okay, so I'm at the 3-hour mark and we are breaking for lunch. So I'm going to do just a short little update. I have written 790 words, which is insane. That is very good in my opinion. And I have completed 2 sections and I'm in the middle of a 3rd. So hopefully, yeah, this is a good indication of how it's going. It's kind of going slow-ish for this first little bit, because this is the contextual section where I'm going through like what other people have said about the field thus far, and so it's requiring a lot of me going through my notes and figuring out what different people have said and quoting people and putting different things together and drawing connections. So when it gets to the actual my approach section of the methodology and what I'm doing with the text, it should go a little bit faster, because I know what my structure is going to be and I know what the approach is that I'm taking. So I'm leaving that till the end though, because that'll be quick to write, and I'm going through all the hard stuff now. Anyway, it's time for lunch. I'm hungry, so I'll see you soon. Good morning. It is, oh my gosh, why can I never, I need you to just be a little bit higher. I'll just see I might bend over. But good morning. It's day 2 of writing and it's like 10 o'clock. I'm gonna be honest, today is not going to plan. I'd originally planned to get up early, get some work done. I had a counseling session and then I was gonna go to the gym and it was gonna be great. It was gonna be life-changing. Hasn't happened, so it's fine. We're just rolling with the punches. I didn't sleep so well. I woke up kind of panicked, so it was good that I had counseling, but it just meant that I haven't done anything today. And I was thinking I could sit down and get some work done, but I just think that I need to go to the gym. I need to prioritize moving, because yesterday I just felt very cramped. I sat at my desk all day and it wasn't great. So it's fine, we're going to go to the gym, we'll come up, we'll shower, we'll feel refreshed, we'll work, and then I've got the semester opening for the university tonight, so we're going to do that afterwards. So hi, welcome to day 2. We'll see how much I get done today, but yeah. You can tell how I'm feeling. Look, I know I look rough, we don't need to talk about it. We're gonna skip past this. I have to have a glow up tonight for the semester opening, and so I'm just dealing with what I've got and we'll fix it later. Right now I just need to get some work done because it is almost 2 o'clock. Basically I had therapy, I think I may have mentioned that, but I had therapy first thing this morning and then I went to the gym, and to be honest,
I just needed some decompression time from therapy. It was probably a bad week to be doing this, but I assumed that I'd be finishing the writing last week, and so I'd planned it for this week, and it just so happened to be that I hadn't finished writing. It's fine, we had therapy, I needed some personal time, went to the gym, decompressed, and now I'm starting writing. I have my coffee on hand. I've set up my study with me with the Sherry formula, so if you're looking for a study with me, either look out for some future videos, or yeah, I'd recommend the Sherry formula. She's got really good layout and format and just works really well for me. I like the music. Anyway, I'm starting my Clockify. We're gonna get writing, and my aim is to get to 3,000 words today. I know I wrote 2,000 yesterday, but I had the whole day, and I've now, I think, only got like 3 hours before I need to start getting ready. It's just the way that it is today, but it's fine. It's fine. So 3,000 words is my aim, to get to 3,000 words. So another 1,000 on top of where I am. And anything more is a bonus.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees.
Just as a comment on how I actually order my notes so that it's then usable for when I'm writing, I realized I didn't talk about this in my last video, so I thought I'd just go through it quick. But basically I sort it into headings. So for example, this one I'm talking about phrasing and alluding, whereas this one is talking about idioms, for example. And then this one is about typology. So basically I put all of the quotes in each of my sources that are relevant to alluding in one section. So I've got everything from James Paul Tanner's text about alluding, and Julia Hughes' text about alluding, and Allison about alluding, so forth. And I basically put all of my notes in this one section so that when I'm writing the section on allusions and idioms, for example, I'm combining them. But when I'm writing about allusions, all I need is this one booklet sitting in front of me. I don't need to go through and search through all my sources again, and this is why it takes so long. This is the section that takes so long, is going through every single thing that I've read, finding anything to do with allusions, anything to do with idioms, anything to do with typology for all of my sections, and putting it all in one place. So basically the next step after that is going through and sorting it kind of while I'm writing. So my first section in my allusions thing is talking about how to define what an allusion is, and talking about like what it involves and what people have said about it. So obviously, like, I haven't done that in here, and it's going to start off with somebody defining something and then somebody talking about the implications and then somebody else defining it. So I'll go through all of my notes essentially and find the stuff that's relevant for a definition, and I'll mark it off when I've quoted it or when I've written from it and cited it, so that I know that that bit is done, and I leave everything else unmarked. But sometimes then what I do is another level is, as I'm reading through something, I'll remind myself like, oh yeah, that was an important caveat which I need to put at the end of the section, but because I'm currently going through this, because it's at the beginning of the booklet, I don't want to forget about it by getting to the end of the booklet and then ditching it. So I'll write here, this is an important caveat, or this is more about the intention of allusions versus when it's an echo, and so forth. So this is all pretty straightforward, I would say, and it's probably the main reason why I write so quickly. A lot of people, I think, write a lot slower than I do because they don't have everything sitting in front of them. They're more likely to write and then go in a certain direction and then go and find the information to support it, and they write a lot more from memory. I cannot write from memory to save my life, and so this is what I do, and I find that it really helps. There we go. I'm just going to be blinded for a little bit, but that's fine. Good morning. Full disclosure, which I think is how I've started the last few days that you've seen. It is actually the next week. I think it's the next week. If not, it's the following week. To be honest, life has just been... yeah. It's been life. It's not been great. I took a bit of a break, and like I've been getting on with my other job, and I had to take a few days off just for some health leave, but I'm back at it today. I'm going into the office. I've had a nice relaxed morning. I've actually just got a coffee that Luke made me. Oh wow, that is blinding now. There we go. Now I can see at least. I just got a coffee that Luke made, and I'm uploading a YouTube video which I've like edited over the course of like a week rather than just sitting down and doing it. I haven't really had the mental space to be able to do anything, but we're getting back on the writing bandwagon today. It's gonna happen. It's gonna get done. I'm going to write this, and I'm hoping that today will be a good, focused, productive day. I'm feeling in a good headspace to write, and so I'm hoping that that will result in good writing. I've gone and like put makeup on because I figured if I look put together, then surely I'll be put together. That's the motto that we're running with today, because I don't feel so put together. So on the outside it looks like it's going great, then it's going great. Anyway, I am just going to pack up in a bit. My bus is in like 15 minutes. I've got some time. I'm just going to drink my coffee and then head out, and yeah, I'll just take you through my day writing and hopefully updating you as I write another 1,000 words, because I know I'm predicting it's probably going to be another 2,000 words, but judging by the rest of this video and all my predictions have been wrong. Who knows? Who actually knows? But I'm on the final section, so I'm hoping that that should be it. Yeah, anyway, okay, I just wanted to pop in and say hi, and that I am still here. I am still writing. We're gonna get this done.
Was out drinking, looking for the next thing. I couldn't really settle down. Always on the run, I didn't want to slow down. But baby, then you came around. Yeah, you came around. No, I won't ever let you down. I promise you that I'll hold on. I know that it gets tough sometimes, so I'm here to remind you the sun will shine on you wherever you go, wherever you go. And when it gets dark, stay strong. You're never alone. You're never alone. The sun will shine. The sun will shine. Yeah. Now I cannot picture my life being without you. You're the center of my life. I know we can't predict the future. Baby, I won't lose you. You know that I will stick around. Yeah, I will stick around. No, I won't ever let
Okay, I'm gonna film this quickly because my colleague has left and so I'm the only one here in the office. I'm still gonna be quiet because I think there's people in other rooms. But I'm pretty much finished the first draft, which is just like, it's just insane. I don't know, it feels so surreal to feel like I officially have words in my thesis. Like it's just wild. And obviously like there's still a process to go through. Like I've written things down, but as I've been going, I've been leaving comments for myself of like, this needs to be changed, or this needs to be edited, or I need to fill out this section and add more information here and everything. And so obviously there's still a lot of work to do before I can send it off. But it's kind of just insane to think that I have something down and it is a whole lot longer than I expected it to be, which is just like, oh my gosh. I think the final word count came to 10,361, which is a lot more than I was expecting. Like I was hoping that this would be between 2,000 and 4,000 words, but I clearly had a lot more to say than I thought I did, which is super cool. And like, I'm kind of proud of myself for doing this and for having so much to say, because I mean, I've been reading for the last year, but I feel like there's a certain amount of, there's so much that you've read, but you don't realize how much you've read until you put it all together. And the fact that I was able to write this much information on something that I thought I hadn't spent that much time researching is like insane. Especially because like 10,000 words is 1/10 of my entire thesis. And obviously this whole thing isn't going to be in there in the final product, and there's been a lot of repetition and a lot of back and forth because I just wanted to have it in that section, and so that later on I could move it out without it affecting the whole thing. So rather than being like, as previously said here, I've just worded it again, and so it'll come down for sure. And I've got like a whole introductory section which I'm probably not going to incorporate in the methodology. Obviously this is a methodology, but those sections helped me write methodology because it helped me order my thoughts, and it's also going to be really helpful for different parts of the introduction and just like contextual information. It's super helpful to know. So yeah, I'm just super proud and I'm super stoked that I did this, and it kind of makes me feel like I've made a pretty significant step forward. So I'm going to keep going. I've still got to edit this and everything, but I just wanted to do a little interjection, especially considering how difficult the last few weeks have been mentally, and with everything that's been going on. I had to take a break, and I didn't think I'd be like, I thought that this was going to be done in a week, and it's been like a 3 almost 4 week process. And that's just how it is sometimes, and I'm learning that, and I'm trying to have grace for myself and just take it as it comes and not put too much pressure on myself to get it done within a specific time, to give it the time that it needs. But at the same time, like, I've accomplished this and I've written this, and I feel like I've found my narrative voice, which I've struggled with my whole studies so far for my masters and my honours. I felt like I was trying to replicate the way that people wrote because I didn't know what was natural for me, and I felt like what was natural for me was too informal. I feel like I finally found my narrative voice, which is super cool. And yeah, anyway, I need to go. I'm gonna print this out and start editing, or maybe I'll save the editing for next week because I've only got an hour left and my brain feels really dead, and I kind of just want to have the evening off. So I don't know, maybe I'll find something to read or something that's not so intense, and then get to editing next week. I'll see.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. everything